Okay. Well, if she pops on before I'm done with the announcements, someone let me know. Um, and otherwise I will just share the basics. The soiree is going to be held on Friday, May 31st, from 4 to 7:30 p.m. And I know that Mishu is working really hard with the kids on a performance and that there will also be a dinner that evening. So hope to see everyone there at that event as well. Um, Next we have Kermesse, and that is our end of the year get together. And it should be really fun. It's going to be Friday, June 7th from 4 to 8 p.m. And we have the bouncy house, the dunk tank. So if any staff members want to sign up for the dunk tank, Madame Bossard, Madame Bossard.
I
um,
miraculously escaped it last year.
she was here last year.
I may escape it again.
Yeah. So we have that going. There will be food there. So we will feed you dinner. And there's all kinds of games and a silent auction. We're doing the silent auction baskets again. So most classrooms have a theme, so you can donate items related to that theme. For example, our class is gardening, so we would donate one or two items that would go along with the gardening theme, and then we'll compile those baskets for our silent auction. We also have a ton of other silent auction items this year, including a 1 week of camp for kids at Alliance Française, French camp. There are some different there's Saints tickets, I believe Twins tickets. I know there's Punch Pizza. There's like a whole bunch of gift cards. Science Museum, I think there's like two or four passes. So it's going to be really great this year. And the ticket pre-sale for Kermesse is live. So you can go to lnfi-pto.org and find the Kermesse site, and you can pre-purchase your tickets, which will save you a ton of time. That night we'll have them all ready for you. And they're also offering a special deal for I don't know what it is though. If Malia is on here and or Sarah Canfield, it's like buy a certain number of tickets and get a certain number free for pre-sale tickets. Does anyone?
Yeah, it's
Here we go.
I think it's $20 and you get 4 tickets free.
There you go. So that's a good deal. And we hope to see everyone there to celebrate the end of the school year. We also have spirit gear that is on its way. It is in. And if you ordered spirit gear, we will be sorting that, and you should be receiving that in the next week or two. So you'll have that. Your kids will have their summer wardrobes all ready to go. And finally, we have the playground summer meetups. We're doing that again. So there's 3 dates over the summer that everyone's going to be meeting up at Battle Creek Park from 10 to 12 p.m. And then, so it's June 22nd, July 20th, and August 17th. And if you want to wear one of your L'Etoile du Nord spirit gear items, t-shirts, or just one of our school colors, like blue or yellow, that would be awesome. And then hopefully it's just a fun place for everyone to just connect and spend time together. So that concludes the announcements for the evening. And next, I believe, is our budget update.
Hey, I just come late. It's Madame Cho from here.
Perfect. Yeah,
hello,
you made
everybody.
It. Natalie, you're in time. You're in perfect time.
Yeah, I was driving. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Can
Would
I
you
do
like
the
to share about the soiree?
Oh, yeah, I will. All right. Hello, everybody. Here is Mrs. Chofo. I'm driving. And can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. So the update about the soirée gastronomique, we still have practice twice a week, Thursday and Friday. And we have 3 more weeks to go. The kids are very excited. They are learning music, dancing, singing, poem. And we are looking forward for the soirée gastronomique. The date is Friday, May 31st. It's going to be at 4 to 8 p.m. So All right, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Michio.
You're welcome.
Okay. Next we have Hannah. Hannah, are you here? I think I saw you.
Yep, I'm here.
Wonderful. Welcome, Hannah.
Hi.
And correct me, but it's Mahoney CPAs and Advisors. That's the name of it, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll let Hannah introduce herself, and she is going to share her screen and give us a little bit of a budget review. Or is that okay? Or do you have?
So you're done with this, yeah?
Yep, for now.
Okay, I need to probably give Hannah some permission to do that. So let me, I have to find. Hannah, can you talk for a sec and you'll light
Yep.
up on my screen?
Can you
There
hear
she
me?
is. She's Hannah N.
There you see. Okay, gotcha.
All right. Will I be able to share my screen?
Now you can, yeah.
There you
Okay. All right. Well, hi, everybody. My name is Hannah Nelson. Like Rebecca said, I work at Mahoney CPAs and Advisors. Mark Kosonas used to have he's a former parent, I believe.
Yes.
And yes, he prepares the 990 for you guys pro bono. That's like the nonprofit equivalent to a tax return. And a colleague of mine, Brett, I think helped out with your guys' accounting like 2 years ago. So he stepped in with me and we had a meeting with Rebecca just to kind of talk about how you guys had kind of had your treasurer step away in the fall and just kind of wanting a high level review and somebody to just take a look at the books, make sure everything looked reasonable. We did not do like a full scale audit or review. You guys don't need to do that level of review. Probably not what you're looking for. But so what I did do was tie out all your balance sheet accounts. I started with pulling your prior year 990 and was able to confirm that your current files match to your prior year ending balances. So we know that nothing has changed and all that information is still good. I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay. So this is your balance sheet as of April 30th. You guys do have some activity in there for May, but since the month isn't closed out, I'm only going to confirm the balances through 4/30 when I was able to obtain statements for all of these. These are your CDs and the amount of cash that's actually in them. You guys earned over $1,400 in interest this year on your CDs and savings account. So this is your total cash that you guys have right now. Your PayPal is getting every month, the donations come into PayPal, and then once a month, PayPal flushes the money into your checking account. So this is kind of like a holding account. There's not a lot going on here. Accounts receivable, I put a $2,000 plug in because you guys are, that's what I was told you guys are going to get for the plant sale. So I wanted to make sure that that was captured, but we don't actually have that cash in hand yet. So that's really all on your balance sheet. I mean, you guys aren't too complicated. It's kind of just like that's your cash position. And then your net income so far this year is this 19,139, which I'm going to flip over here now and show you your PTO or your budget. So this number says 10 and QuickBooks says 19. And the difference is that you guys received, can I move it? Hold on. You guys just got this invoice for the fun run and it hasn't been booked into QuickBooks yet. You guys haven't paid it quite yet, but I did just take that out of your fun run income so that we could see that now. And I didn't want to put it in QuickBooks, so I think you guys would pay that online. So anyways, this is kind of the breakdown. You guys actually got more money in direct donations, but then we took out any fees that you paid to your payment providers. So this is kind of just like broad strokes of where you guys are kind of sitting. So, I mean, you're below budget on income, but also your expenses are way below what you guys had anticipated. So that's just kind of what I see. Everything seemed reasonable to me. I reviewed the accounting. I made sure that like accounts or, like transactions were categorized the same way as prior years when you guys, I think your books from last year were like really great. So I really use like your prior years as kind of a reference point. Everything was in really good shape. We just had a couple journal entries, and Rebecca and I met again. We talked about those. Just kind of reclassing some stuff, like how we were recording the petty cash that was coming in and out for your events and things like that. Nothing huge to report. This is where you guys are at. You know, you're gonna, at this point, I mean, we don't have anything in here for Kermesse yet. And the fall carnival actually lost money. So I don't know what else will happen for you guys in the next month or two, but you're looking to end the year, you know, not in the red like you had planned, but, you know, above ahead of schedule. And again, still you have, you guys have quite a bit of cash in the bank as well. So I think you guys are in a solid financial position. You know, I'm not signing off on anything here tonight, but just letting you guys know that like I gave it a review, and you know, everything seems reasonable and in line with me and the generally accepted accounting principles. And that's kind of all I have for you guys. I just kind of wanted to talk to you and tell you what I did and what I saw. And
Wonderful.
also, I know that when I was talking with Rebecca, just like a reminder too, for transparency, that you know, any of the reports are shareable if anybody would like any more information after the meeting.
Wonderful. Yep, and per our bylaws, all of the PTO books and accounts are available to any PTO member on short notice. So you can contact one of the board members if you'd ever like to take a look at any of our books. And does anyone have any questions for Hannah related to the accounting, bank accounts, anything, the finances? I'm grateful that there are some people who can understand things at that level.
It was an easy one. It was
That's good.
great to help you guys out. Mark, you know, he
Yeah.
nudged me and said, yeah, this is, got to help him out. And so, no, it was a good little project.
Yeah, wonderful. Madame Swan says, thank you for all of your accounting work.
No problem. And I talked to Rebecca too about when you guys bring in a new treasurer, you know, that we're available to kind of help onboard or do a little bit of training as you guys see fit.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hello, Rebecca. I have a question.
Sure. What's your question?
My question is to you and to all the community. How many persons do we have as a treasurer position right now? How many board members?
You and I are sharing the duties. We don't have a treasurer, but we're sharing the job duties.
Right.
So how that has kind of looked is that every week to 2 weeks, I've sent out an email with all the activity, that a list of things that needed to be done. And then to give you, and also I included other board members on those emails if they were related to if they had any finance needs. And we have another board member who has finance experience, so she's been on all of them. So that's the opportunity for people to jump in and express interest in any of the things that needed to get done.
All right.
And
Do
thank
I
you for
ask-
this year, Michio.
My next
I
question.
think right now, hang on, I think it's my job to sort of make sure that we sort of stick to the topics. I'm Janet. I met some of you last time. So I hear that you have some questions, Mishu, and I think there's a time for parent questions later. And right now we're in the budget review and then a balance sheet. Well, we did that, right?
The question is related to that. Do I keep my question for the end or I continue for this? Because it's for the budget. We are right now on the budget and my question is about the budget.
Okay. Is it about the last year's
or
budget or next year's budget?
this year's budget?
Rebecca, would you, I thought we had planned to hold questions. It's up to you if we want to change that, but
I think let's, Mishu, you can ask your question and then we'll move on.
All right, thank you. Did I ask you to be part of that meeting because we are sharing the position?
this
you know,
this sounds like there's
yeah.
been a difficulty. Can I just say, and if I can help at any time, I'm a mediator, and
Yes.
maybe I can help work on this stuff. But it seems like this isn't that's a question about process.
Mhm.
And I think that right now we're going to stick with the outline.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks, Michelle.
Then I think if anyone, then I think we'll move on. I'm going to give a quick update on the update on the
Okay,
intern.
so
committee
they have a
budget.
parent who say, "Less the truth comes out," and I would like to
Um,
speak.
I think the parent comment was, let's stay true to the agenda, hold questions seems like the best option here. So I think that sounds like a good plan. Janet, if you could go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Our biggest spend for PTO and the thing that the whole community really invests in is our intern program. We all have so much invested in this. We know that the interns bring so much to our school. And it's really, the program is really only possible with support from the entire community. So I just wanted to quickly go over kind of the breakdown of exactly what all of our hard-earned dollars goes towards. So here we have it. We have the visa processing fee. So the interns are here on a J1 visa, and we have visa agencies that process their visas for them. And it costs about, it changes a little, it varies a little year to year, but it's around $1,900 per intern. And these numbers are based on what we're projecting for next year. So we're hoping to bring 6 interns to L'Etoile du Nord next year. And we're in a really good, we have all the host families, we have some awesome candidates. So, so that's really exciting. So the visa processing fee will come out to about $11,400. We do pay the interns a monthly stipend. So the interns have kind of their basic needs met, which would be the host families provide all meals and a private room with a door and transportation to and from school. And then we are required by the visa to pay them a stipend of it. And so our stipend is $350 a month. So that's the biggest expense related to the intern program. We are very fortunate to have strong support on the school end. Obviously, we collaborate quite a bit on this program. And we've had Madame Handley serving as the intern supervisor. It's quite a bit of extra work. And there's extra forms and meetings and things that she is responsible for. And so we compensate her extra time with a stipend of $1,000 for the year. We also give the interns little gifts during the year. We give them a welcome gift. It's usually like an Uber gift card. They're kind of navigating the transportation here, and we do not have the strong infrastructure of public transportation they have in some of the other countries. So they will maybe get a little gift card, usually a book at the beginning of the year, a gift around winter break time, and then at the end of the year also a thank you gift. And we also provide an end of the year gift for the host families, just to say thank you for honestly generously welcoming these interns into their families, really, and taking care of them for the benefit of really our whole community. The PTO covers the funds for their field trips. There's 2 field trips that are covered. The ski field trip with the 5th graders, they all go on, and I know it's quite fun for a lot of them to try skiing. And then the Deep Portage field trip with the 4th and 5th graders in March, they go along with that, and we help offset those costs. We hold a fall and a winter social gathering with the host families and the committee So we those are potluck style, and then we usually budget around $250 per event for like paper products and stuff like that. And then next year we've added in $5,000 to cover taxes, and I spoke a little bit about this at the last meeting. But we are branching out, and we have recruited some interns from lots of different Francophone countries this year. And there will be some extra tax costs that go along with that, just because some countries have tax treaties with the US, but others do not. And so we need to cover their tax costs so that they don't have to pay tax. No one is that all of the stipends are equitable. And then we've budgeted in a little bit extra for CPA fees, just because we are anticipating that with some of these new tax costs, there might be some other costs that we aren't aware of yet. And we want to make sure we have those covered. So does anyone have any questions that are related to and we're a couple other updates. We had some questions about the recruitment process. So like I said last time, we've branched out. We used to have just only the French embassy recruit interns from France and the departments. This year we reached out to several other organizations, looked into Cultural Vistas, but they're a visa processing agency. They don't recruit interns. We looked into Amity. Amity conveyed that they would be able to provide us with the interns that we needed as we're diversifying our pool. And in fact, we just accepted an intern last week from Cameroon, so we're really excited to welcome her next year to the community. And I think that's it. So we are on the intern committee budget. Are there any questions about that? Oh, sorry, one more thing. We also apply for grants, and we receive monies that offset the cost of the program. So every year we apply for a $4,000 grant from now it's called the Albertine Foundation. And that has to be specifically allocated for our intern program. And so that grant offsets is a huge savings for us, almost covers the cost of a full intern for the year. So that is the intern committee budget. And I see some questions about think the PTO budget. Lola wants to know more about the PTO budget. We are still preparing our budget proposal for next year. And so after we have our new board members and hopefully a treasurer voted in tonight, we'll be in a better position to make a more educated budget proposal for you. And once it's completed, the community will have the opportunity to vote on it and express any of their thoughts or ask any questions about that. So that will be in a separate meeting a little bit later on in a few weeks. Okay. Let's see.
So I see two people with their hands up.
Yes.
So Renee, we're going to
Yes,
keep questions really short.
Yes. It's not really a question per se, it's just an observation. Thank you. Like you said, my name is Renee. I'm sorry, I'm actually driving now, but I was listening in to I think it was Madame Chofor that was trying to make a clarification, and from my observation, a lot of parents want to get those details. So it seems as if we all want to be very transparent. So I will like her to be given the opportunity to enlighten the parents on what her observations are or what her concerns are. Because if we don't address those things, it will raise a lot of conflict.
Why don't we make why don't we make time for her if that's what you want? I think we'll give
Yes.
everybody 1 minute and that's a minute for you. And there's
That'll be
another
great.
hand up, and
Thank-
if she raises her hand, then she will also have a minute.
Okay.
So, and we only have time for 2 or 3 of these, so. Can you lower your hand too? Thank you. So, I'm sorry, I'll say, is your name Ibilola?
Ibilola, yes.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. I was the last treasurer of PTO and I face a lot of microaggression. And what I notice is they don't want to train me, to be honest. Why? I have no idea. I have been there for almost 3 months. They never give me access to QuickBook. I don't know how. I question at some point, I'm passing through a lot and I don't want to add more is why I resigned. And as we hear today, they present the budget and we need to understand more. I don't know how they hire the person. We have no idea. I know I'm not the executive board, maybe it's why I'm not informed. Probably the president can give us more detail about it. But if they present a budget, if you have questions, you guys let people clarify things because we
Great.
all
Thank you.
need to
That's
understand.
1 minute. And Ibilola, I am hearing that you have some concerns about how you were treated. You were experiencing microaggressions and you didn't have a
Yes.
chance to get into QuickBooks. That's something that, and you're concerned about the budget itself. I don't think that you're going to get responses today, but this is an opportunity for people to hear that you do have concerns. And there may be another time, a more appropriate time to get into that discussion. Who's next? We have one more.
Yes, I want to say something about the way Mrs.
Your name?
Janet Collins is leading the meeting. You know,
I know.
this is a
So I'm trying to be fair to everybody and ask people to raise their hands. So we aren't going to have a go back and forth tonight. That is not what the agenda is about. And I see a lot of support in the chat for staying with the agenda. I think might be a good idea to discuss at another time a way to get your concerns heard. Microaggressions are real. I believe you, but I think that people are wanting to move forward with the meeting also.
Thank you,
Okay.
Candace. Okay, so the next item we have on our agenda is the board candidate introductions. So we had so much interest in joining the board this year, and I know that for myself, I was just so grateful to see all of the enthusiastic, to read all of your bios and hear just all of your hopes and experiences that you would bring to the board. So we're so lucky to have all of you tonight. And I am going to go ahead and let Janet take over this part of the meeting since I am one of the candidates.
Okay. I need to get my. Hang on 1 sec. Get the names up here. So, we can just go in order of how you will be voting. And, let's see here. Okay. Okay, so first, I think we're giving everybody 1 minute to just introduce yourself and say anything you want to recommend yourself for the position. So first of all, we have Fidel Trofo. He is running for board president. Can you unmute Fidel?
what's the problem?
No problem. This is your time. You have 1 minute to talk about your introduce yourself and talk about why you want to be board president.
Who are you, please, in order to ask me to introduce myself? Because you can come. You can come to this meeting invited by Rebecca Lacasse. Without
This is part of your 1 minute,
discussion
just
with
so
the
you
board,
know.
without
It's
any
part of your
discussion
1
with
minute,
the executive
sir.
board, and try to talk to the parent when they are trying to express their opinion. Exactly what I am
Trying
fighting
to stick
about.
with the meeting.
Exactly
Do you not want to
what
talk
I
about?
don't want PTO to be. I
You
don't
don't like that
want
I'm
some
here.
parent to be targeted. And you are playing the game, and you should feel ashamed about that.
I don't feel shame,
Yes.
sir.
That was my
I
1
would
minute.
like to move the meeting forward. That's
That
my
was
job
my
here
la-
today,
that
is
was
to
my
help
1 minute.
stay with the agenda. Are you
You should
interested
leave
in?
the parent ask their question.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
So
know
now
more
it's time
about
to
your
move to the
nonprofit.
next person. And the next person is Rebecca Lacasse, and she is running for board president.
Thank you, Janet. It's been my absolute privilege to serve our children in our school as your PTO secretary, vice president, and then the last 2 years as your president. I love building relationships and working in partnership with all of our amazing parents and staff members. The relationships are key to me. And together we've worked to bring back the intern program, build it to fit our school's needs, bring back Kermesse and Carnaval de Citrouille. We've done so many teacher and staff appreciation meals and events. We started a BIPOC support group, open gym night, school beautification events, and of course, fundraisers, and so much more. Inclusion and equity are very important to me, and I've prioritized listening to parents, bringing in DEI training for the board, funding NAPID and outreach initiatives, and more, and we will continue to expand on this important work together. I will be sending out a community survey in the next week or so to get your input, and I'm looking forward to holding several community engagement sessions in the fall as well to listen to your needs and hopes, and then work to make those a reality for all parents and all kids. So thank you to this incredible community for allowing me to serve you. I'm truly honored.
So now I want to present
Thank you.
myself.
No.
Okay.
Okay, good. My name is Fidel Chofo. I am parent of 2 beautiful daughters at Étoile du Nord. And I have been in this board for almost 2 years. And I realized that the main concern of this executive board is the fact that they do not respect the bylaw. So the PTO is a personal business for Mrs. Lacasse. So now I want to build a community where everyone will be welcome, where we will stand for our kid interest, and having like reading or math after school program at Étoile du Nord and follow the bylaw. That is my main concern. So I am calling all this community to stay away from the gossiping, for racism, for retaliation. That has been the DNA of the former president, and she has been called twice to resign because of racism. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now, both Rebecca and Fidel are running for president, and now we have board vice president. We'll have Renee and Mocum and Erica Scott. Renee, can you go first, please?
Yes, thank you so much. Again, my name is Renee Mocum. I'm the father of 2 kids attending L'Étoile du Nord. I'm also a veteran, and I stand for the less privileged, those who are underlooked, and those who are suppressed. And I have heard a lot of concern insofar as the board is concerned, and my hope is to be able to lend a helping hand to make sure that everybody is heard. That's why I'm running for vice president. Hopefully, as a team, we'll be able to achieve this goal so much so that we can move our kids to a better place where they can learn and be well represented. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. That was just about 1 minute. Erica Scott, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Erica Scott. I have a daughter attending this school. I want to do this role because just as my daughter is thriving at this school, I want the school to thrive. I know what it is to do DEI work and to be support for operations in both the community. I have done DEI in a corporate setting. I feel like there is more work to be done on a different level, though. I feel that if we can come together as an LNFI family and play up on everyone's strength, and that's what's missing in this conversation tonight. We're not all going to agree. We all have very different backgrounds, and we can respect that and compromise and move forward so that we do get this school out ahead and get air conditioning in the school. How about that? So that is my set. Again, my name is Erica Scott, and it is a privilege to serve.
Thank you. I met somebody. Okay. Thank you to both of you. And I thought I changed this, but okay. Board treasurer, there's one person running, Sarah Canfield, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Canfield. I have a child in kindergarten, so I am a new addition to the LNFI community. We feel very honored to be part of this community. We came here because of the language as well as the diversity. And I saw the call to fill the PTO board, and my background is in finance. I worked in finance for 12 years, following the complicated and very strict regulations. And so I thought that was a skill that I could bring to the PTO and maybe do some good for this community that we all care for.
Thank you. Sarah is running for board treasurer. Board secretary, Anita Baltasek, is the one candidate running for treasurer.
Hi,
Sorry,
everybody.
secretary.
Secretary, yeah. My name's Anita Faltasek. I've been teaching at L'Étoile du Nord for 13 years. I taught in kindergarten for 7 years, and now this is my 6th year in pre-K. So I've taught many of your children, and I've met many of your children and see them in the halls and hug them every day. I love our school. My children, Ellie and Jack, are going, Ellie goes to our school this year, and Jack's coming to our school next year. So I just kind of want to play the mom role and join the board and be more invested in our community as a parent and not just as a teacher. And that's it.
Thank you, Anita. Again, Anita is running for secretary. Okay. Now for intern committee chairpersons, there are 2 spots available. When you vote, you'll be voting for 2 people, and there are 2 people running. Damian Badillo and Marie Victoria Nelson Martin. So Damian, could you go next?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. So my name is Damien Vadillo. I have 2 sons currently at LNFI. Next year, only one, since one is graduating this year. I have been part of the PTO intern committee for, I think, 2 or 3 years now, in a supportive capacity. It is fairly complicated to bring interns to LNFI. We have a lot of regulation to follow from governments, both the originating country and, of course, the United States. We need to help and support the intern when they're here, so it really takes a village to do that. I feel I'm relatively well placed now that I've been there for a couple of years to understand, broadly speaking, how the process works. And so since there was a need for position, I decided that with my experience now, I was probably in a good position to support this activity for the coming year.
Thank you. And Marie Victoria?
Hi, yeah, I go by Victoria. So I don't know if you can hear me well. I'm at the KS95 Teacher of the Week award that I won. So yay me. So I don't know if you can hear me well, but my name is Victoria. I came to LNFI almost six years ago now as an intern from France. And I met my husband and settled in Minnesota. And now I teach at L'école du Nord. So it's a very full circle moment for me. And I participated to the intern committee all year and I loved it. And knowing the fact that I experienced both sides of the experience, both as an intern and also as a teacher and the receiving end of the intern, I feel like I get a grasp of what is needed of the intern, how to support them properly, and also on the other hand, how to handle them at school and all that. So I decided to apply for the co-chair position because I think I'm the best position to entertain them.
It was exactly 1 minute. I was just about to pipe up. Nate's going. Okay. So Damien and Victoria are intern committee chairpersons candidates, and you can vote for 2 people for that position. Okay, fundraising committee chairperson, Dean Stallons. Or Stallone. What?
I get Stallions a lot, but it's just Stallons.
Stallons, sorry.
It's all right. Hi, everybody. I'm a parent of 1, soon to be 2 children at L'Étoile du Nord. I'm new to the community as of a few years ago, so I feel very thankful to be able to be a part of a immersion environment. Similar to Sarah, my background is also and career is also in finance. So when I saw the call for the PTO and saw the open positions, I wanted to do my part to help out with the fundraising piece. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. And Dean is the only one running for fundraising committee chairperson. Then social committee chairperson, there is one candidate, Lauren Rofik.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah, it's Rofik. Hi everyone. I have 1 kid in Madame Feltesek's class, and I'll have another kid next year. Coming to L'Étoile du Nord. I just wanted to help out in the community, honestly. I know that there's some parents that only meet with their teachers maybe twice a year for conferences, and I know it's kind of hard to make connections with other parents. So I wanted to be a part of the social committee just to kind of help out with that so that parents can connect with each other. But I see there's a lot of people in PTO too, and connect with their teachers outside of school and to kind of be more interested in PTO like I am right now. So.
Thank you. And again, Lauren is social committee chairperson candidate. The last position is communications committee chairperson. And there's 1 candidate, and I believe the name is Malia Caruso.
Hello, yes, that's right. I'm Malia. I have been doing communications with the PTO now for about the last 4 years, and started during a time when we were all virtual. So it's been kind of a lot in that time that I've been able to spend updating our website and just trying to expand the way that we communicate with the school. So you see background flyers coming home. We are now doing them in 3 languages, just trying to be as inclusive as we can with our communications for the school. And I hope in the future, and also working on an app that just connects all of you with each other. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to vote. My understanding is that to vote, I'm getting ready here too, sorry. You will, the requirement is cameras are on and your name is showing on the screen. And there are, I think it's, sorry, I had a little script here here we go. Let's see. Let's see, what's going to happen once people vote is that actually right now only I have access to this document that you're filling out a Google form. I will get the responses to that. I'm then going to send the names of everybody who voted to Alan, not the results, just the names. He's going to verify that everybody who was present with cameras on, etc. If you are having trouble with your camera, maybe you can direct message me.
Can I ask how to put your name in? I'm on my iPhone and I can't figure it out.
It says I can probably change it for you if you want me to.
Sure, I'm Lydia Fall.
What I did on at least how it looks on my screen, there was like a ... in my picture. And when I click that ... at the corner of my own picture, at the bottom, it says rename. I don't know if it's the same.
Lydia, can you spell your last name for me?
Yep, Fall, like the season.
Okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
Okay, people are coming in still. So what I'm going to do is, I just wanted to finish telling you. So I'm going to send the names of everybody who voted to Alan. Alan is going to do the check to make sure that people were present and didn't vote twice or everything like that. And then he will send the information back to me. And I'm now letting more people in. And then I will make sure that the results are including those people. I imagine it'll all just go swimmingly. So, and then I will get the results to Alan, I think. Is that right? And then I believe that you'll probably get an email, hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, about the results. Okay, I will say that I turned the chat off because there was to me seems like interrupting when people start having a discussion back and forth in the chat. It was getting unkind in some instances, so I thought I would just turn it off. I can see the chat, by the way. Some people are sending me their emails. And you don't need to do that. You will have the opportunity to do that in your when you vote. What else? When you vote, the first thing you'll do is put in your email, put in your first name and last name, and if you are a parent, put in your students' names. Okay.
And can you confirm it's one vote per household, or how does that work with parents?
I believe that it is actually one vote per parent. Yeah. So if you're using the same email, I believe that it will not limit you to one, but you will then just change the name. Does that make sense? Change your name for the next voter. Okay, so we're gonna give you about 5 minutes. When you are done voting, what do we want to do? So cameras on for everybody. And I'll just go through. There's a lot of people without cameras on, I'll just say. And is anybody struggling to get their camera on? Okay, so here I'm going to share the link. Oh, did you? Oh, hang on.
Janet, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you clarify where you're going to share the link?
Right in the chat.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Just showed up. And we'll give you 5 minutes. Happy voting.
I didn't receive the link yet.
The link is in the chat. Can you access the chat?
I just had to scroll down another time. Sorry about that.
Oh, Everyone have the link?
Now, if you're a teacher, do you have to use your email address from work, or is it your personal email?
I don't know the answer to that. It probably doesn't matter. It's just an identifier. Maybe wherever you want to receive the results. Okay, somebody just joined, so I'm going to put the link to the voting in the chat again. Whoops, I sent it to somebody directly. Try that.
After we vote, is the meeting over?
I believe that there's still a principal update. And you need to hit submit at the end of your, make sure you hit submit.
Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Hey, Charlie, it's the presentation you've seen already. So if you would like it to be over afterwards, it could be. It's a presentation that we've seen at school.
I will take off then. Thank you so much.
Can we turn our cameras off now?
If you voted.
Quick question, Janet.
Pardon?
Quick question. Sorry, I'm echoing. So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, when do we get the results for the vote? I'm done voting.
Yeah, I think they're going to sort of certify the people voting, and then I will check that over, and then they will get sent to Alan tomorrow, and hopefully you'll know tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much. We're looking forward to that.
I have a quick question too. Can I go ahead?
We can't see who's talking.
My camera is on. You can see me? My name is Renee Mokum.
Hi, Renee. Is
Yes,
it about voting?
Yes. Can you translate? Can somebody translate that in French? Because there are some French-speaking parents, they don't understand the process of voting. So can you translate that so that they can also take part in this vote?
Is anybody here that could be on the phone with somebody or help them? You could actually put you into a room potentially. Atsufo?
Yes, hi. Bonsoir. Oui, donc la dame a envoyé sur votre page un link. Si vous cliquez là-bas, ça va vous donner toutes les informations, commençant par votre email, votre nom et prénom. Et ils ont aussi demandé le nom de vos enfants. Vos enfants, oui, le nom des enfants qui sont à l'Étoile du Nord. J'espère que vous allez mettre les noms. Et après ça, ils ont mis un next. Vous cliquez sur le next et vous allez voir la page du vote, au fait. Et ils ont énuméré le président, le vice, la trésorière, ainsi de suite. Donc, si vous allez comme ça, j'espère que vous allez trouver comment faire. Et à la fin, il y a un autre bouton que vous allez encore cliquer on it et puis ça va se submit. Et quand vous submit, Quand vous faites ça, vous allez voir que le vote est parti. Ça va vous envoyer dire que vous avez réussi pas à voter.
Il faut aussi vous assurer que vous avez mis le caméra. Il faut mettre le caméra.
Voilà.
Vérifier que vous êtes
Voilà. Chat.
I was just translating that they need to put their camera on. Okay.
Au début, j'étais un petit peu confus. Il y a le nom abstain, ça veut dire qu'en fait, on souhaite ne pas voter non plus, il me semble.
C'est-à-dire que si vous ne voulez choisir aucun des candidats, vous pouvez vous astreindre.
Exactement, oui.
Okay. Are there people still voting?
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
Janet?
Yes.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
For the
whoever you want.
families or the people who don't have their cameras on, are their votes going to be discarded if they don't have their camera on?
That's my understanding, is that cameras needed to be on.
Okay, so.
That's how we know who somebody is.
Donc, il y a beaucoup de noms sans caméra, tout le monde. Si vous voulez votre vote, il faut mettre le caméra, sinon la vote ne compte pas. Oui? Il y a beaucoup de personnes.
Si vous voulez la transparence, pourquoi on ne vient pas à l'Étoile du Nord voter in person? Parce que la vérité, c'est quoi? C'est que c'est ce qui est en train d'être fait est fait unilatéralement, sans respect des parents, donc, et sans respect du bailo. Si vous voulez la transparence, vous ouvrez les urnes à l'école, les parents viennent in person voter. Vous donnez même une semaine. Les parents votent. Et deux parents neutres gardent les clés de l'une et on fait le dépouillement.
Okay,
So what
has
I am
everybody
saying,
voted?
what I am saying is that if you want to be transparent, if you want the transparency, you can invite all the parents to vote at the LMFI in person. Okay?
Yeah, we're not in
But you
person,
agree.
so this is our best
Because
way.
there are many who have the camera off just because they don't have a battery. To me, candidate, I can't even turn on my camera.
Well, I think it was like said at the beginning, I said, if anybody's having trouble getting their
if you
camera
are
on,
concerned
that
is the
they could let me
transparency,
know.
you can go
Adele,
and
I
vote
just
at
need to
Étoile
make
du Nord
room
in
for other
person.
people. I'm so sorry. I know this is hard because you don't get as much time as you want, but I'm trying to make room for everybody in the room. So we're going to move forward.
Miss Janet, I would
Yes.
like to talk. Here is Madam Chofo. I'm the vice president and I'm a community advocate. And I just have something to say. I don't have nothing
Okay,
about
but
the
this is
election.
Nishu. I'm
But-
sorry, but
But
this is
I would like to tell you something.
this is
To
a forum
change
for
the
everybody.
bylaw,
This is
or
a forum for
you to
everybody.
be here, we need
And it
the
sounds
executive.
sorry, everybody. I'm just gonna mute people so that we can move forward. And there's got to be
But
another
one
forum
person
for
cannot
doing
decide
these
for the
things.
community.
Did you see the name? It's not
And
there.
this is the aggression right there. And I'm happy that this meeting is recorded because your presence here in the parents meeting,
Yeah, but the name that
no one
person
gives
gives, the
you the
name is
right
not.
to be here. It's only
This
one person.
is a
It's
different
our
sort of meeting.
bylaw.
It's just
If
not a
we have
forum
something
style
like
meeting.
that, he has to
I
come
know
with the
it's.
executive board.
I can hear that
You
you're
understand what I'm
upset.
saying? I'm not upset. No, I'm not.
Oh,
The
okay.
first
So you're not upset, but either way, I'm going to help the meeting move forward.
I'm not voting for.
I'm going to help the meeting move forward. And right now,
I am upset when I see that these people who there are people who put things in place, right? Because they don't want other parents to run. And I was the first person to be victim of that.
Okay, so now everybody's muted. If somebody wants to speak, I need to unmute you. I'm really sorry, but I believe that this is supposed to be a space for everybody, not just the people with the loudest voices. And if you have things to say, I think that they are very worth saying. Tonight is a time where we are to stay on the agenda. I'm very sorry. Okay. So I believe that now we only have about 15 more minutes. So we need to make time for principals update. Thank you. And are you ready? I'm sorry. Oh, I have to unmute you. Can you do that now? Okay.
Bonsoir.
I'm sorry, everybody.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
okay.
just very sorry.
I can talk really fast. Okay, mine is a budget presentation for the year of 24-25. And unfortunately, I heard someone say air conditioning. It is not included in our budget for next year. We all want that really badly. So I hope we can get that one day, but you will not see air conditioning in this one. So this is something that, and you can move on to the next one, please.
Okay.
My agenda is just welcome, budget presentation, then we'll have some time, I hope, for questions and conversations. Go ahead, please. The purpose of today is to share really timely and accurate information about our budget, about our staffing, and community members, so you know how that will happen for our kids next year for 24-25, and also to provide you some space for comments and questions. Go ahead, please. Our values and our goals are multiple, but I try to identify the ones that really go along with the budget and the decision making. And I really appreciate our team at L'Étoile du Nord, our teachers, our staff, our educators, and helping throughout this process and really kind of giving me feedback and staying true to our values and our goals. So one is to strengthen our French literacy and to increase our data. And the second one is to provide an equitable immersion education for all of our kids and stay kid focused, because that's what this is for. Next, please. Okay, so this is going to be, this is about 10 minutes. So I think it's okay. We can just go ahead and skip through it. I will go ahead and send that out to the community so that way everybody can have a chance to watch it.
Okay.
It's very informative. It will explain the budget process that SPPS went through. As you know, there are budget cuts that have influenced a lot of the buildings and how they will look for next year. So it would be really helpful to you to understand how the budget works in St. Paul Public Schools and how it affects our community and specifically. So please watch it. I'll go ahead and send that at a later time. If we can just go back to my presentation, please.
I think that's.
I think if you escape, it should show you. If you just click on escape, there you go.
Oh,
that's
there
okay.
It is. Okay.
It's okay. It's 10 minutes. So given how much time I have, I don't think it would work. And Janet, I'm not sure if everybody else sees this, but I can only see parts of this.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I do it all.
I hit escape and it came out of there we go.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So just so we understand kind of budget in a nutshell, budget is really guided by projected enrollment. And I really want you to stick to that word projected. So it's not actual enrollment. It is projected enrollment for 24-25. It's a formula that the district utilizes for every school, and our building had a projection that we'll go into. It also has to abide by contractual requirements. So that is the teacher's contract and making sure that we're respectful of that. Additional needs of our students based on data and funds available. So think about special education, think about multilingual services, EL, and other funds available. Go ahead, please. I'm trying to talk really fast. Okay, so enrollment for this year, this was projected again. We had 268, and this is not counting pre-K. And will you please, oh, there we go. Okay, thank you. It is actually not counting pre-K, so it's 268 without the pre-K because pre-K numbers does not do anything for our formula. We have next year 262 projected. So I know it's a little bit less, but it's good. So this is something that it's pretty similar, so it's good. We have one principal next year as well. We had 13 teachers this year. Next year we're going to 12 because one of the classrooms is no longer available. And then we have student support staff. We had 4 this year. Next year we have 3+1, and I'll go into details why it's 3+1, but just kind of know that it's 3 general education TAs that will support your kids in the classrooms. And there is 1 that will support kids in the media center with different curricula. Go ahead and go on to the next one, please. Okay, so this is for grade level. So kind of the projection we talked about. This year we had 66 kinders. Next year we have 61. This year we have 52 first graders. Next year we have 48. So you can kind of, I'll give you a second to look through that. Okay, go ahead and go on to the next one, please.
Oh, did it?
Go on back. What's important to know is that there is a cap. So going back to contractual obligations that we have, which is part of the formula, right? And how we abide by budgets and how we make them for schools and St. Paul Public Schools. So just so you know, a kindergarten teacher in a low poverty school, which is what we are, we're a low poverty school. So we're not Title I. We're at about 43% free and reduced this year. What that means is we are a low poverty school. So only look at the right side where it says low poverty. So kindergarten teachers, we have 26. That's how many you can have at most, unless otherwise noted, because it can get complex, but it's 26. Grades 1 through 3, it's 27, and then 4 or 5, it's 29 for a low poverty school. Okay, go ahead, please. And this is how you make a classroom. So if you think about first grade, it's at 64, I believe. That means that you can't have 1 teacher and 64 students, of course, correct? Because it's way over the cap. So just think about that and those components. The cap is really important. Okay, will you please click on the comparison? So this is to kind of, I thought I did it. Let me, actually,
Hang
I
on,
know
maybe I'm gonna try that this.
Okay. And I'll keep talking while you're trying that, just so I can
I don't know why it's doing that
yeah, I
separately from the email. I mean, got the presentation, but it's not letting me.
I'm gonna do manage sharing again. So what is important to note is that, okay, I shared it again, so I hope it works.
Okay.
We do not have, we were very lucky, and again, I'm really grateful to our team for guiding me in this and kind of providing feedback.
Is this what you wanted?
Yes, please. Yep, that's it. If you can hit present, please, so folks can see it better. So we do not have huge changes. There are schools that, you know, are undergoing a lot. We're not having a ton of change. We were able to preserve most of our programming. And of course, there are some changes that are not positive, but we tried our best to preserve everything that we could. So go ahead and go on to the next one, please. So this is on the left side is current, on the right side is next year. So this year we have 1 principal, next year we have 1 principal. So clerk, we had 1 clerk this year, and Madame Blomgren, I know you're on here. Thank you so much. Madame Blomgren is retired and helping our awesome clerk, Mr. Stump. So we're really appreciative of that. Next year we were allocated again 1 clerk, Mr. Stump, and we were allocated 0.5 clerk. This is something that I can decide what to do with, and I chose to take that money, the 0.5 clerk, and move it into another bucket so I can preserve programming for our kids as best as I can. And that goes back to our values. So academic programming. So go ahead and so our health office team remains. Next, please. Good news here, we actually gained, we're able to have, Madame Bosve is, as you know, our MLL teacher this year. We're going to have a second one next year that's full-time and joining her team. So I'm really excited for that because it's really tricky when you're not there all the time, and this will be great for our kids. We're preserving, right now we have Madame Puente, that is the 0.4 MLL EA. Go ahead, please. Speech. So, you know, Madame Tréon, she is our speech pathologist. She's not always with us. We share her in multiple buildings. And then we have Madame Caban for a SPED teacher. This is, the new allocation is a 0.5, and I want to acknowledge that that is difficult and it's not ideal. And I will keep working to see what we can do, but this is strictly guided from IEPs. So there is not a lot of room for creativity for me to guide this. It has to abide by IEPs. So the number of IEPs will guide the allocation of a SPED teacher. At the moment, our numbers are not requiring an 1.0 at the moment. Okay. And then we have that's actually a full-time SPED teaching assistant. So that 0.75 is wrong. I apologize. It is a 1.0. So that's good. I was able to preserve a full-time special education teaching assistant. And then we have a pre-K TA for early childhood. Next, please. And I'm not talking fast enough. Am I at 6:53? Okay. Counselor, as you know, Madame Walseth is retiring next year. I was able to have the district support us, and we're going to be able to have Madame Walseth welcome a full-time new counselor to us. She's going to help them transition and teach them all of the amazing things that she has been doing for so many years, and she's so valuable to our community. So I really want to show my gratitude and express my gratitude to her, and I'm excited that we'll have a full-time counselor still. We'll also have an intervention specialist, that is Madame Porter. She's also invaluable. She supports with behavior and social emotional needs, and is really valuable in helping our kids stay calm and happy and redirect when needed. She supports all of our classrooms. Social worker, we will have a 0.5, that means half-time again. Next, please. Okay, when this is a little complicated. So when teacher this year is Madame Radad, next year we're going to have a program that also focuses on reading. It's very prescribed for a good reason. It's to follow the science of reading and to really target skills for kids. We will be doing that in the immersion settings, and that's all of our buildings 4-5. So only grades 4-5 are going to be getting that really targeted English only support. And we get to keep our coach. So that's something that's beautiful. We get to keep an academic coach who supports with, as you know, we went through a new curriculum this year. So she'll be there to guide through some more of that, as well as support our teachers and really focus on our teachers' needs and our kids' progress in both literacy and math. Next, please. Okay, so this is new and this is good, and I'm really excited about this. So we're getting a TA that's full-time for the library. That could be an internal current TA, it could be someone new. It's someone that is strictly for the media center. They will also be doing some work with STEMA and working kind of with robots and with coding and other fun things for kids. And that will be nice because that's the only way we're able to preserve STEMA, which we'll get into in a little bit. Go ahead, please. You know what? Just go ahead and switch that because that is not true. We're not having one teacher. I made a mistake. What I meant, I believe, is we have 12 teachers next year. So that is one reduction because we're only going to have, as of right now, per projected, and I'll go into that in a little bit, we're only going to have 2 first grades as of right now, instead of 3. So that is 1 teacher reduction. So all classrooms stay except 1. So that is going to be 13. Big change here, and I want to explain this. we currently have 4 specialist teachers. Those are the teachers that will cover teachers' preps, which are 50-minute blocks for a classroom teacher. So if you're a classroom teacher, you really need a prep in order for you to prepare for teaching kids without kids. So this is a kid-free 50-minute block. Specialists come in and then they'll teach our kids. So currently we have physical education, which is mandatory. We have science, which is mandatory. We have art, which is mandatory, and we have STEMA. That is that 4th one. For next year, this is district guidance. We must preserve the first 3 if we're only allocated 3. We were actually allocated 2.6. I was able to work the budget so I can keep the 3rd one full-time, because otherwise it gets really complicated and not best for kids because it gets choppy. So with that said, we're going to have physical education, we're going to have art. Within art, we're going to do STEMA, and if you recall what I just talked about with the media center, that TA will be supporting the teacher in incorporating STEMA and the bots and coding. So our kids are not losing the program, it will just look different. Unfortunately, we are losing the allocation for that staff, however, okay? The other thing to note, this year teachers had a prep and they also had additional minutes of professional development time. Because of those additional minutes, you needed to have more specialists to cover that. So it's not 15 minutes, it would be 100 some days because it'd be 2 blocks. I'm sure you kids have come home and they've said, Mom, I had STEMA today and PE, right? They're not going to say that anymore. They're going to say, Mom, I have PE all week long. No STEMA on the same day or vice versa. Because we're only going to have 1 prep for classroom teachers, which means your kids will be in the classroom and then just walk out 1 time to go to a specialist. Because of that minute number lessening, you don't need to have 4 specialists. You only need 2.6 to cover the classroom teacher's 15-minute blocks of prep. I hope that makes sense. If not, we can ask questions at the end. I know it's complicated. It is 3. I patched it up, so we're able to preserve 3 specialists total. We are going to keep the STEMA programming. It will just look different. My hope is as we continue to grow, and we will continue to grow, this is a good community, our kids are soaring, our academic progress is great. When we grow, we will be able to get back some of those additional specialists. Next, please. Okay, there we go. That's what I meant to say. So 12 classroom teachers. Last year, we were only allocated 12. Over the summer, I monitored fiercely our enrollment and were able to add an additional classroom. We will, as of right now, have 12 classroom teachers again. The grade levels we'll go into in a little bit. Next, please. Okay, 3 teaching assistants. We currently have 3 acting teaching assistants. We preserve 3. We had allocated 4 for this year. Next year it's allocated 3, and we currently have 3 acting. So things will be as is. And all of them are fabulous in French speaking, which is lovely. Next, please. Okay. Okay, this is kind of what we talked about in the beginning. If you recall, I talked about different, it's, oh my God, it's 7 o'clock. I talked about different funds and how I'm able to use the school budget. And there is a bucket that I can be creative with, and it goes back to our values and what we believe is best for kids. So I will try my best, and it might not happen. So this is not something that is a for sure, but I'm going to try to allocate money for Afutai dance residency. If not, I have asked PTO for potentially providing us money. It was the beautiful performance that you all came out to see. We were over capacity. So just like the air conditioner, I hope that we get a larger gym one of these days because we were over capacity. So that's what that was. Greater Twin Cities Youth Symphonies. This is something that we're at 99% ready to share. Yes. It's not 100% for sure. It's actually free, so it doesn't affect our budget, but it's something that is really exciting, and it's before school programming, and the initiative is to provide equitable symphonies experience for kids that wouldn't otherwise be able to access it for multiple reasons. the last thing on there, it says DCCE, something new for next year, and you can get out of these slides, please, and go back to the original one. Something new for next year, we're going to welcome, this might be awesome for some of you that already have your kids enrolled in it. We're going to welcome Discovery Club at our building. What that means to you as a parent, if you have kids in Discovery Club, you're dropping off in one spot, which is 1760 Ames, and you're picking up at the same spot. So there's not all that back and forth, or kids are not on the bus, although they love it. I've been on the bus, it's fun. They're going to be dropped off. If it's 6 a.m., you have them in Discovery Club at L'Etoile du Nord, and then you're going to pick them up at 6 p.m. if you want from L'Etoile du Nord. So I hope it's welcome. We do have the room. I know a lot of questions could be, well, do you have room? Is it going to congest traffic? Which is already a little tricky with our little cul-de-sac or whatever that is called in the front. That's not very conducive to traffic. So thank you for always staying in one lane. As you know, it's tricky. It will not make a difference. It's before and after school hours for a reason. I do not manage before and after school programs. So just please note that you will get separate emails. I'll make sure I communicate as best as I can, but I do not manage them. We just welcome them and we partner with them because that's what's best for kids, and our kids are going to experience all of it if they're in, and all of that. Okay. This is kind of what we just talked about, but additional supports is kind of, you know, a futai dancing, if I'm able to fund that, or we might need supplies, like we might need a new projector, or we might need to get kids, I don't know, supplies for Chinese New Year to create something beautiful for our Chinese New Year. So whatever the school needs for programming, and that's something that is really important for kids, we can utilize that from our budget. Field trips as well. So field trips, a lot of the times I'll work with in the district with different entities, or teachers too are really well versed in this and will get discounts, but the buses are insanely expensive. So it's good to have that money. I have preserved as much possible in the school budget as possible to carry over for next year. So that's good. We're sitting in a healthy place that way. Is there another slide? Okay. Skip over that, please. We already talked about that. We can skip over that too. It just talks about the science of reading, and I touched upon that. I do want to clarify something. I don't think I had a slide on this, so my apologies. Classrooms. I know you're eager to know how many classrooms per grade level. So I'm going to start off with the good news, because there's news that have room for growth. The good news is we are hoping to have 1 5th grade, 1 4th grade, and 1 4th grade. I hope you notice there's no split. So, you know, thankfully our teachers are amazing, and they're willing to do things that are not always the easiest, but they know what's best for kids. We are going to have 1 5th grade, 1 4th grade, 1 4th grade. Then we're going to have 2 3rd grade classrooms. We're going to have 2 2nd grade classrooms. We're going to have 2, as of right now, 1st grade classrooms, and that's all of them as of right now. And we're going to have 3 kindergarten classrooms. And unfortunately, and this is something that is district directed, we have 1 pre-K classroom only. So not 2, only 1. And this is across the district. Some of you might have heard the old lower building is completely closed for next year, and those are all pre-K classrooms. So sadly, we're only going down to 1 pre-K classroom. And again, we always have to remain hopeful, because these are our kids and it's all for kids. So as we continue to enroll and grow and remain a positive community that is increasing scores and having kids feel happy and healthy in our school, we will continue to gain programming. And I'm hopeful we'll get back our pre-K. Okay, that's as fast as I could talk. I'm sorry. Questions, thoughts?
So let's talk about time for a second. Would that be all right? How much time do we have for questions? And then we can sort of monitor accordingly. It's 7:05. Is 7:15 a good stopping time?
I can offer a different session if if people are interested, or as you know, you can always email me and tell me I need more time with you, Sophia, and I'd be happy to welcome you.
Okay, I didn't hear, is 7:15. Okay, so we're going to give everybody 1 minute. Or maybe your question is short and then you want an answer, and we're going to hold whoever answers to 1 minute, and then we'll just have that many sessions. So Damien, I see you up. I think I have to ask you to whoop, you moved. Sorry, I asked the wrong person. Are you, okay, there we go.
Yeah, sorry, I was not the first one to raise my hand. I think Lydia was before me. I just want to confirm very quickly, you said that there will not be any split class next year.
You heard correctly. That is our hope. That
That's
is
good news.
our hope. And that's because our teachers are great and they put kids first. And
Okay, so sorry,
that's okay.
Okay, I don't see Lydia's hand up. So I'm gonna call on Anne because I think they show up in order.
I think the Sunny family was before me, if they want to go first.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Do you have a
Can everyone-
question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, please. Thank you again for this meeting. We love L'Etoile du Nord. My kids, all my 4 kids have been to L'Etoile du Nord, and 2 are still there. One is coming in September and one is a current 2nd grade. Actually, one is a current 5th grade and another one is a current 2nd grade. Madam Boza said we're gonna downsize to 1 pre-K next year. It's a sad news for me. We have a little cousin of my kids that just relocated from Africa to here, and we are hoping to get her in. I'm not sure what magic we're gonna do. What will be the size of the class? How many students? I'm trying to see what are my possibilities to get in.
Okay.
I'm sad
Thank
with you. I share that too when I hear you. So 18, we already have a list of kids admitted. If you have questions, Janae Williams, and I can send that out in my newsletter as the person to ask about exact how it happens. We have 18 spots for kids, and 2 at least get reserved for kids that come in with IEPs. That's it. 20 total. The classroom.
Okay, thank you. Anne?
People with it. So teacher TA.
Great, thanks so much. I just had 2 questions, 3 maybe quickly. One, what is MLL? That was in the slide. I just didn't know what that was.
Multilingual.
2, oh, multilingual, thank you. 2, then if it's you said it's going from 14 to 13, is that because we're going down the preschool classroom, or just clarity on that would be helpful. And then the third thing is just, I wonder if it would be helpful before the end of the meeting to note a location where we can have an open conversation where people are able to feel heard. Thank you.
So I think you said yes to pre-K and yes to having another forum. Do you want to say anything about how that might happen or when that might happen?
Well, I have, as you've seen in my newsletters, 9:30, actually it's happening tomorrow, 9:30. No, I apologize, not tomorrow. Let's do, if anyone's able to come in whenever they're willing and able to, email me and I will accommodate you. And we can have a conversation. I'm happy to do that.
And were you talking about a different sort of forum?
I was just speaking to the earlier meeting, part of the meeting where notably, obviously we had to stay on track for the schedule, but maybe people would want to feel heard in a different way.
Right. So it sounds like people want to get heard by other people in the community with difficulties that they're experiencing. So I don't know if we have an answer right now, but I think Anne's speaking up to make sure that they do get heard, maybe in a way that would work for them. And that might be a good question for them.
We have different opportunities. So you have, I know, depending on what the needs are, I guess. One, my door is always welcome. Two, you have BIPOC group that's available. You have different PTO meetings that are available. You have coffee with the principal that's available. 9:30 is some Fridays. I would welcome
So
a
I
community
think
for that
I
too.
think maybe they're looking for a group so that because they're wanting to get heard, I think, and maybe that's something that PTO would plan then to have a
Yeah.
forum that's maybe facilitated or something.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. And your hand is still up. You're done, right? We're done enough? Okay, we have time for 3 more. Let's see. I'm going to go to Iowa.
No, can you hear me?
Yes.
I was just wondering if there will be any change in the like pick up and drop off time this year.
Oh, great question. Thank you. No, there is not. It's the same. Thank you for that.
Okay. And I have both Sunnys on here, Jacob or the Sunny family. I guess I will unmute. There you go.
Yep, sorry, it's Jacob who has a question. The Sanya
Okay.
family is for collect, sorry.
Okay. Jacob, can you unmute? There you go.
Yes, this is Jacob, and I was just gonna be in line with everybody else. Again, thank you to all the volunteers. I know that this is not it's not an easy process, and you know there is, like somebody else said, maybe we find another forum for people to air themselves out. We are all parents and volunteers, and we come here to volunteer our time, and we really want to support our kids. And when we see a lot of tension, it is not good for anybody that is in this forum. So another opportunity for us to really talk will be much welcome. Hopefully, everybody here will be here next year, and we have a better opportunity to serve. There may be bad blood that has gone through this, but we hope everybody is doing this for the better of this community. And please, let's find another forum. Myself, I'm guilty of not being around so much, and we all can do better by being present more and serving. So again, everybody who is volunteering to serve, don't be discouraged. Know that this is part of the community, and we will try to work this out for the better of this community for everybody. So thank you. I'll leave it there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Everybody, I come from the Conflict Resolution Center, so conflict is normal as far as I'm concerned. It's just how can we go through it and hopefully have deeper relationships because of it. Okay, so is there an adjournment or anything, Rebecca, for the end? Oh, you can't unmute. So really asked for it when I did that. Yeah.
That's okay. Everyone's probably heard enough of me talking. So that's it. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much, and we'll take all your feedback into account. Please look for the community survey that will be coming out as well in the next couple of weeks, which will really inform our meeting times for next year and our programming for next year. We really appreciate each and every parent who is here, all the volunteers. I hope everyone has a wonderful summer. Thank you for your engagement this year, and take care. And we are adjourned.
Hey, Rebecca,
Yes.
I need to get Alan's email, please.
Oh, sure. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Take
All
care,
right.
everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, maybe, is this Alan?
Well, that's Alan. Yep.
Hi, Alan. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can unmute people. I wonder if these people aren't there and I should just close the meeting. They've walked away from their computers, maybe.
Probably
Oh,
okay.
there goes Mark.
All right.
Oh, hi, Alan. Could you put your email in as a direct message to me in the here, or else Rebecca can just send it to me? There are people in the waiting room, but I'm not letting people in. Is that all right?
I think so. Since we're done.
Alan, can you unmute? There you go.
There you go. Try that one.
Okay. So I'm going to email you probably now or soon a list of everybody who voted. And I couldn't get to stop I couldn't close it, but there's timestamps. So I'm going to just cut off people as of whenever that when did we stop voting? Oh, not bad. Maybe I won't cut people off. It's up to you guys if you yeah. Anyhow, Alan, I will send you the names and you're gonna send me back a document telling me if anybody shouldn't have voted. Maybe I'll just put them in order so that I can. Oh no, that's by email address. Okay. I'm gonna send you email address and name.
Okay.
And student name, because those were the 3 identifiers. Rebecca?
Yeah, sorry. I was just emailing the 2 of you just to connect you. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it was name, email address, and student name, I believe.
So okay. So I'm just going to copy and paste this into a new document and send you, it'll be an Excel spreadsheet. I guess I'll maybe do the timestamp too.
Okay.
Sound okay? And then you can get back to me with the results of sorry, I'm sort of doing it as we speak, so I'm not finishing my sentences.
Okay.
Okay. And then I will be, thank you, Rebecca. I just saw that come in. What format do you want? Do you just want so many for each candidate? Just the numbers, right? I mean, it comes out in a graph if you want it to, so it's up to you.
How does Alan want the results?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never done this before.
Okay. I will send it to you in I'll send it to you, Alan, and you and I can discuss if there's something that seems like it would be a better fit or it doesn't quite, yeah.
All right.
So I'll send this to you right now and then I'll hear back from you sometime. And then you're going to send an email out to everyone tomorrow?
Sure.
Is Alan sending it out?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Either Alan can send out an all school email, which would get everyone. Or if he sends the results to the PTO board, then we could send it through our app and we could put it on our Facebook page. But we don't have access to everyone's information.
Well, it can
If
go
that makes
both
sense.
places.
Because
Yeah,
they have to opt in to ours.
right.
Not everyone is opted in. So
I'm gonna send it to Alan and you guys can, I was just trying to help you guys know like what's going
Yeah.
on. So,
perfect.
okay.
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 All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Janet. Have a good night.
My pleasure. You
Bye.
too. Oh, I can,
Bye-bye.
yeah.